Apple's secret iPhone revealed and returned. A new 4G prototype of the phone was found at a bar near San Francisco. It then ended up in the hands of the people at a gadget website, Gizmodo.com. My colleague Monica Novotny spoke to the editor of that website about accusations that the site will profit from this really cool sneak peek.
If you mean that we profited from people looking at our website, sure, we did profit, but I don't believe that it was any kind of wrongdoing and because it wasn't stolen. It was just a lost phone. And actually, we did already give back the phone to Apple.
Talk more about it. We've got Dan Ackerman, the senior editor at gadget website CNET.com. Good to see you. What do you make of this story? Some people say it's a gimmick by Apple to get some publicity.
It's definitely not a gimmick. I mean, I've been writing about Apple and its products for years. I've never seen anything like this. It's completely unprecedented.
So how then does something like this happen? How does an employee leave a prototype for this phone that people are salivating on at a bar?
It's that 1 in a million shot, and even luckier, somebody who found the phone, knew what it was able to figure out it was valuable, and then get it in the hands of this gadget blog, who were then able to capitalize on it, all the while saying, hey, we've got a phone here, Apple, if it's yours, please come claim it.
So, Dan, do you understand just the things you named would raise someone's eyebrow and say, okay, the guy happened to leave it at the bar, another person happens to be there and figures out, this is a 4G prototype iPhone that no one's seen.
Yeah.
And he doesn't return it to Apple. He takes it to a
Well, they said that he
website.
tried to return it to Apple, and they wouldn't return his calls. But people who study kind of Apple Kremlinology sort of get really obsessed about this. It's definitely conspiracy theory, parallax view, John le Carré style. It definitely seems like something right out of that. But knowing how Apple works, they're super secretive. They would never do something this uncontrolled.
So if that's the case, and we know that Apple is super secretive, they love to dangle us, a carrot in front of us. Is this a big blow for them with this phone?
It's definitely a blow to their pre-planned kind of unveiling of this iPhone. Although we're all talking about it now 2 months before it even comes out, so in the end, it might actually end up being really good for them.
So what did we learn about the prototype, or the 4G phone, at least this version that they're planning?
Well, we learned that it has 2 cameras, one in the front, one in the back, which is great for sort of holding up the phone and doing face-to-face video calls, and that would be a really cool application. It seems to have a ceramic back instead of a metal or plastic one, which is better for reception.
The shape looks a bit different, too.
The shape looks different. I'm inclined to think that that's kind of a prototype shape, just sort of the new guts in a fake shell, and the actual thing will look a lot slicker.
How many prototypes do they make, and is that typical that they would give an employee the phone, I guess, to walk around and test it out?
Well, I think they'd give an employee like this maybe not the final look and feel phone. He might be testing out some of the hardware inside it, and that's why you'd have kind of an ugly shell around the new insides.
And what's been the response, official response from Apple, other than they wanted the phone back?
Well, they were radio silent for a while because in order to get the phone back, they'd have to acknowledge it was really their phone and not a fake. They finally sent a letter saying to the gadget blog, we hear you have one of our devices, please return it.
Right.
So that at least is an official line.
Did the person get fired? Do we know?
We do not know if the person got fired. He is probably in an eye dungeon somewhere and not likely to see the light of day for a long time to come.
That's a pretty interesting story. Well, Dan, thank you very much. A lot of people still have a conspiracy theory about it, but thank you for setting us straight on it. Thank you. Well, a missing mom